Okay, hey guys. So essentially what I wanted to show you guys today is another Unity tutorial, and I wanted to show you guys something kind of cool with AI that you can do in Unity. This is essentially just a Unity code editor, which is very similar to Visual Studio Code in the way it looks. But I thought it was really cool, so I thought I'd share with you guys what you can do. It's completely free. It's not, you can pay for it as well to get the updated version of GPT, but for now I'm just going to show you guys how to use the free version. So essentially what you want to start with doing is, I already have this, so you can go to Cursor AI, and then you click the first link, and it should take you to a page that looks like this. Now I'm doing this for Windows, so I click the download for Windows, but I already have this downloaded, so for now I'm just going to stick with the Windows version. You can obviously get the Mac and Linux versions as well. But for now, what we can do is you click download for Windows and you can run the setup, and that would be pretty much it. Make sure you have it installed and whatsoever. And then you can essentially just open a blank Unity project like I have here. Just a basic 3D project is fine. And when you have the 3D project open, we'll just create a few objects in the scene. So we'll create a plane, and we'll reset the plane to 0. And then above the plane, we'll create another object. We'll create a sphere. And on that sphere, we'll add a rigid body, and that should be it. So on the sphere, it has a rigid body, and the plane is just a plane at 0, 0. And what we're going to want to do is open this and create a script. So as you can see, I have my scenes folder, and I just created a scripts folder. And in the scripts folder, I'm just going to create a new C# script, and we'll call it sphere controller. Now, this is essentially going to be a pretty basic script. It's not going to do anything fancy. So once you have your Cursor AI open, it should look something like this. And I'll turn off kind of like the way you guys probably have it looking now. So what you're going to want to do is go to File, Open Folder, and then when you open your folder, you're going to want to look for your, essentially somewhere on one of your drives where you have your project saved, and go to your project and go into the base folder. Now you don't have to open this folder specifically, but this is just kind of how I prefer to do it. So I open the base Unity folder, and it has all of the assets, library, logs, and all those folders. So I select folder here. And once that's open, I just open this drop down and go to my assets, scenes, or not my scenes, sorry, scripts. And I have that sphere controller script we have here. And in that script, it's basically giving us a couple of Unity functions, start, update. I'm just going to get rid of this for now. It's not a necessity to delete them, but I'm just going to kind of show you guys a kind of a proof of concept of what this can do. So you have a couple options. Your first option is Control K, which is essentially to generate something. And this will essentially, you can give it code instructions, kind of like talking to ChatGPT, and it will kind of spit out an answer for you. And then if you want, you can also do Control L, which is like a chat window, and you can kind of ask it questions about general stuff about your code or code in general or something along those lines. It gives more of a detail if you're actually going to have it installed, but for now you can ask it and use the @ symbol to show like your code or your files or certain things. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and it has a pretty useful tool as well. But for now, what I'm going to do is just do Control K and give it some code instructions. So in here we have the sphere controller. So what we want to do is we'll just give it a basic instruction on creating an input script so that it can use, like, Unity's horizontal vertical control. And we want to make sure that we're using delta time as well, so that when it's using delta time, it doesn't kind of speed off the window or something along those lines. So what we'll do is we'll say um, in the script, this functionality to use Unity's input method to control object in scene using delta. So okay, well, firstly it kind of created its own separate class, so we can give it a follow-up instruction and say, do not create a separate, I can't spell today. Okay, well, it didn't seem to literally listen, so we'll keep this for now, and unfortunately it kind of gave us an extra class in here. That's kind of not necessary. So we'll get rid of that, and we'll get rid of this. And oops. and we'll just keep this like that. So now you have the update function, you have your input coming from the horizontal and the vertical, and then you have your transform, translate, speed, and delta time. So we have our speed is set to 5, which is fine. I don't think it's necessarily a big deal right now. We're just kind of showing what it can do. And now we have the script here, so we're just going to drag that onto the sphere. Oops, I didn't mean to open that in Visual Studio, my apologies. So yeah, we have this here, and our speed is 5. We can change this to public, just for now, to see it in the window. Usually it's not good practice to have variables public like this. You'd probably want a serialized field unless you're actually going to access it in like other scripts and stuff, but for now it's fine just to have it like this. So yeah, basically now we hit play and the cube will fall, and we can now move it with the arrow keys, which is kind of cool. I just thought that was a really cool thing. It's actually really useful, this tool. I've actually used it for work a couple times, and it does have some really cool things it can do. This is just a basic example, but I thought it was really interesting, and I thought I'd show you guys that you can set this up. And yeah, thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next video.